Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. If you're not joining live, thank you so much for clicking and watching this recording. My name is Soul Angel, and I'll be talking today a little bit about emotional alchemy. Basically, we'll be discussing the energetic profile and the way emotional energy moves through your body or doesn't move through your body. Um, so I'm really hoping that whether you've been using oils for quite some time or you have no idea what they are, I'm really hoping that this class, this information that we'll be discussing today, will definitely help you use your essential oils um, in an easier way if you're just starting out, or if you've been using them for a while, just a better understanding of why they've made you feel better, or maybe you can grab a different oil if you're feeling this emotion or your family member, your children. So I'm really hoping that the information shared will definitely help you out and that you can share it with other people so that they can understand and help regulate their own emotions because it's so important for everyone just to understand their emotions, validate them, and let them move through your body. So let's jump right in. Let me start sharing my screen. And actually, before I start sharing my screen, I should share why I got into essential oils and why I'm quite so obsessed with them. But I've been using them I'm a certified aromatherapist, and I've been using them for about over a decade now, about a little over 10 years. I started primarily, honestly, to help my kids. I have identical twin girls. They're 18 now. They were 9 years old back then. And they've been diagnosed with a few different things over the years, starting at 9 years old, including autism, ADHD, PTSD, a couple other things, including celiac disease, lactose intolerance. Um, and so I've been able to use essential oils very differently over the years. And I've learned different methods and just how we also have a lot of animals in our home, three cats, a dog, a snake, and a bird. So I've kind of had to change the way I diffuse them and use them. But it's just been a wonderful experience all around, and I've never stopped. And it's just, I love sharing about them because they do help in a number of different ways. So now let me share my screen so that we can go ahead and begin the information sharing. So, emotions. Emotions are meant to be felt and experienced, but also moved through. Being stuck in emotions, first of all, never feels good. Obviously, it's a great release at the beginning, but being stuck in any emotion, um, especially the lower vibration emotions, well, mainly the lower vibration emotions, they create stagnation, they can create disease, they can create pain. Because every emotion, like I had mentioned, has a unique energetic profile. That basically means that it's how your emotions generate energy, how they move energy, and how they settle as energy. It's not just what you feel, but it's how feelings flow through your system. And we actually have the power to shift and change it and to restore proper flow. Um, and so during this course, this, this class, or this informational, um, I'll be talking about essential oils a little later on, but I do want to talk about energy and how temperature and flavors can help move that energy around, which again, flavors, you don't necessarily think essential oils, but it can be some things that you're eating or different temperatures that you're in. It can definitely affect your energy and your emotions and what you're feeling at that moment. And then we'll discuss how essential oils can definitely help move you through these emotions. And we're going to be talking more about, obviously, um, the down emotions, the emotions that are causing um, a lot of problems in our bodies, causing diseases, causing, you know, just havoc, our skin and our hair and our stomach and just all the things everyone's getting diagnosed with now. The pain that we're feeling, just random pain that we really don't have any reason for it. It's all, and it has everything to do with energy. Um, and so we're going to talk about emotions and their direction, the flow of these emotions. And you're going to understand this because you're going to relate to it because it's exactly how you feel, or it's you're going to relate because this is how more or less how you're feeling in these emotions. So let's go into anger. When you're angry, how do you feel? You feel hot-headed. You feel on fire. You feel like all the energy is rising to the top of your head. And we can even just look at cartoons, and you look at a cartoon that gets mad, there's steam coming out of his ears, his face is getting red. So we can all relate to that. That when we get anger, energy is definitely rising. When we feel sadness, energy just feels so slow. You're just dragging your feet. You feel so sad. Your words are sad, are slower. You're hearing things slower, just everything just feels so slow motion because you're just so sad and energy is just so slow. When you get shocked, um, you know, something frightens you, your energy just scatters all over the place. Again, we can go back to a cartoon, and when they get scared, they have all the color in their body and it just evaporates. The color's gone because energy just scatters everywhere. And that's how we feel. We feel cold, like energy is just gone from our body. And that's when something scares us or shocks us. And how do you feel when you're worrying and overthinking? You just feel like your stomach is in knots. You have a knot in your throat. You're all tied up in knots, or you're tied up in one huge knot. And so your energy is just all knotted up. Um, and how do you feel when you're in fear? You just want to sink all the way down to the ground. You just want to hide in the cave. You just want to, you're all the way down to the ground hiding because you're so fearful. You don't want anybody to see you. You just kind of want to disappear. So you're sinking down to the ground. And sorrow and grief. How do you feel, unfortunately, when you lose someone or when you lose a job or when a relationship is ended, a friendship or a romantic relationship? How do you feel when you're in sorrow and grief? You feel consumed. You feel like you're just getting eaten up alive. You can't, your energy is just all consumed up and getting eaten up. And so you all can kind of relate to this and how it makes you feel when you're in each of these emotions. So it's kind of just try to pinpoint how you're feeling. And yes, you can feel a number of these things. You can feel sadness and sorrow and grief. And just like oils, they're not just going to go to one thing. It's going to work on multiple things. Like when you think of a Tylenol, bad example, but it knows where your pain is. It's going to go to where your pain is. Think about it. Could it be energy? Could it be nerve receptors and what's going on? But then again, um, you know, you're going to feel multiple things, but try to pinpoint what is the first thing you think of. How do you feel? Do you feel slow? Do you feel all knotted up? Do you feel like your head's hot? So again, it's a good starting point to see where's my energy right now, so that you can help direct what to do next. Um, so we're going to talk about temperatures and flavors. Again, we're not talking about essential oils yet because you're thinking to yourself flavors. And flavors include everything, foods. Yeah, mm, some essential oil companies, very few, I know two only. But Young Living, the one that I use, you can actually ingest these oils. So yes, they can be flavors, but we're thinking more of smells and flavors in that direction. But when you think of temperatures, hot, hot heat rises and cold sinks down. So we all know that. I live in a home. I'm now living in Michigan, in Detroit. My room is upstairs and it just gets so hot in the summer. But I can go down in the basement on the same day and it's so nice and cool down there. Or even on the second floor. It's a lot cooler than it is, up in my room. So heat rises. So you don't necessarily want to drink something hot if you're angry or if you just worked out. And some people do, and they want to amp their energy up. But if you're angry, you're not going to want to go into a hot room. You're not going to want to put a sweater on. You're not going to drink something hot. Same thing with an oil. You're not going to want to necessarily use something hot or spicy. That's going to speed up your energy. If you're angry, or your energy's high, you're going to want to drink something cold, to kind of calm down the energy, feel better. You might want to hold an ice cube if you're feeling really angry, just to slow down, cool down the energy. And when we do talk about essential oils, some oils are just neutral and they're not hot or cold. But many of the oils you can say, okay, this is a hot oil, or this is a spicy oil, or this is a cold oil. Um, so it'll help again guide you. And just in general, things that you eat, if your energy's, again, angry, you want something cold to maybe calm you down. If you're feeling really sad and you're just sunk down and something like that, then you're just gonna maybe have a hot cup of cocoa, a hot cup of tea. Um, and so that's gonna help elevate your energy. Um, and that's also another way that you can help see where your energy is and help the flow of it in a much easier way. Now we're going to talk about flavors. And of course, you see salty here at the bottom, and there's no essential oils that are salty. But when we start talking about these, you'll understand why you feel like eating a bag of potato chips sometimes, or why you want to eat a bowl of ice cream when you're feeling sad or you're feeling, down, because it's sweet and it's going to help, tonify your energy. It's going to you know, help you out. So, sour. Sour. When you're dealing with sour, you're thinking like lemon or vinegar or something like that. And sour is going to soften and collect energy. So it's going to, you know, it's going to soften things up. Like when you use lemon oil, for instance, um, on sticky glue or anything like that, the lemon, the sourness is going to break up and soften the stickiness. So, when you're feeling scared or frightened, sour is going to help gather and collect your energy. Um, so eat a bunch of Sour Patch Kids. No, or you're going to grab your bitter orange. I mean, you're going to grab your tangerine. You're going to maybe get orange oil or maybe lemon oil, or you're going to eat something sour. And that's going to help soften and collect the energy. Now, when you eat something bitter, it's going to help descend and drain your energy. Coffee or some bitter greens, it's really going to descend it down and it's going to drain out your energy. So when you're angry, maybe something bitter, an iced coffee or something like that, decaf, no caffeine. It might help descend your energy or a nice cold salad with some bitter greens in it. It's going to help descend and drain the energy of it. When you go with something sweet, it's going to strengthen and tonify your energy or tonify your energy. That's why when you're sad, and you're feeling down, and your energy's slow, you eat a bowl of ice cream because you want to strengthen that energy and you want to tonify it. Or when you're grieving, again, you're going to want to, your energy's feeling consumed. You want to strengthen your energy up. So again, with the oils, when you're feeling this way, you're going to want to grab something sweet. It's going to help strengthen and tonify your energy. I am obsessed with lavender. I believe because it's sweet and I use it every single day. And I believe it strengthens the energy. Yes, I'm always high energy, but it's going to strengthen the energy that I have that's going high. Um, and I drink a lot of coffee, so I guess it helps bring it down a little bit, right? But So aromatic or spicy things, it's going to help disperse energy, nice and spicy. It's going to help break it up a little bit. It's going to, help, um, yeah, it's going to help disperse it, in a very energetic way. And that's going to help you out. And so, for instance, if you're feeling, spicy actually helps out in a lot of different ways. And spicy is also aromatic. And when I get into oils like eucalyptus or obviously something like clove or cinnamon, um, but even lavender is considered aromatic. So it's also going to help disperse the energy as well. So it's not just necessarily the spicy, but if you're sad, spiciness is going to help speed up the energy a little bit. So maybe some um, spicy tea, warm, spicy tea when you're down and out. Um, and so that's why people go to a nice hot cup of tea when they're not feeling well. And not just immune wise, it's when their emotions are down and out. And you always have cravings, I'm sure, when you're feeling some of these emotions, and now maybe you can see why. I am addicted to Sour Patch Kids. I am addicted to them. I can put a handful, anything sour I love, specifically candy. Because again, my energy sometimes, because I absorb people's energy, I'm a big empath. I need to break up the energy a lot and I need to collect it. So that's why I'm like obsessed with sour. And then salty, salty centers your energy. So if you're really into salty and sweet, you do that because you want to strengthen and center your energy. So it might make sense why you crave those things because your body is craving for your energy to be more balanced, to actually flow through. And that's why we crave some of these things. So I wanted to talk about this because I feel when it comes to foods, we can definitely relate to these things. So when I talk about oils, it'll be an easy transition of understanding of how it helps with the energy. And now these are treatments, air quotes, treatments of how you can handle this. Just a quick go-to. If you're feeling anger, your energy's rising, you want to descend energy, so you're going to go to bitter, salty, or sweet to try to bring down and descend the energy. If you're feeling sad, your energy's slow, so you want to speed up the energy. Something spicy will work really, really well during that time. When you're worrying, it's when you're all knotted up. You're going to want to disperse those knots. So you're going to want to use something aromatic or spicy. When you're grieving, like we mentioned, your energy is consumed. It's getting completely consumed. So you kind of want to tonify your energy. You want to open it up and bring something sweet in there. And I think spicy too will help. But I put sweet here because I think sweet will be the main one to go to when you're feeling grief. It's really going to help tonify your energy. Um, and sometimes spicy might just be too aggressive. So when you're fearful, you're in fear, you just are full of fear, your energy goes down and you want to raise that energy up with something sweet and spicy. And that's where the combo of fear will actually work. It's going to bring you up and it's going to raise you up energetically out of that fear zone. It's going to boost you up, give you more, just more confidence, to get through the day because that sweet and spicy is just going to hit the right spot. And of course, when you get in shock or there's fright, something, at the moment, your adrenaline, fight or flight, go to sour. I obviously, again, I have a lot of fight or flight, so I just lean towards that sour. I just love smelling lemon and oranges and, anything that sour smell. I just love it. And, if you tend to like vinegar on your salad or like pickled things, maybe you're just dealing with a lot of shock in your life. There's just a shock and shock and shock. So again, this will help a little go-to, a little treatment of a quick how to quickly figure out where your energy is, what it's doing, and how you can work with it to move it through. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about what is an essential oil. Now that we got a basis of energy, how emotions use energy, how they are energy, how they move through, what they do. I believe 1,000,000% that essential oils can be a vital tool um, in just helping the flow of energy. I have seen it for myself, for my kids, for the people around me, by just being a walking diffuser. I've seen people just chill out when they're around me and they're like, wow, I'm just so calm. And I use my hair as a diffuser all the time because I stopped using perfume a long time ago when I started realizing how toxic it was. Thanks to essential oils, it brought me into just all the toxic chemicals that I'm putting on my body and that I'm exposing I was exposing my kids to. But we're going to talk about essential oils. And again, this one's just for emotional energy. I'll have other classes on other reasons why essential oils should be brought into your homes, into your life, into your lifestyle on the daily. And again, it can be used in so many different ways. I've changed the ways I've used essential oils specifically because going in, my children were very against everything. So I had to be strategic in how I use essential oils with them, on them, around them. And then we got all the animals because animals are therapy for us. Specifically, when we got the cats and the bird, we had to be very careful with certain oils and how we use them, specifically more the diffusing. So we went from diffusing all over the house, diffusing in certain areas, but using them topically. We use them topically all the time. And we ingest a couple of them occasionally um, because they're so safe to use to ingest. Now, again, our main form in this house is topical and aromatic, not necessarily with a diffuser, but rubbing some in our hands, smelling it from the bottle, using a cotton swab, a cotton ball, just to keep it safe from our pets. So, what is an essential oil? An essential oil is a highly concentrated extract from a plant. It's taken from flowers, leaves, bark, roots, or peels. The oils contain the plant's natural aromatic compounds, which the plant uses for protection, communication, and resilience. So basically, these essential oils are part of the plant's survival system. When we use essential oils, we're working with those same plant compounds, just in a very refined, potent form. It's very young in nature, so it can move quick. It can move energy very quickly. So, like I said about when you have a baby or you have an elderly person, if they are vibrating at two very different frequencies, and it's been proven scientifically, same thing from getting an herb that's dried and getting an essential oil. They're very, very um, potent and they have energy, very, very therapeutic energy. But essential oil is taking it from um, the young life of the plant while the plant is in its most beautiful moment, most healthy moment. And so we're extracting that, not we, but it's getting extracted and refined, and we're able to use it in its most potent form. So it's able to move quickly, move energy very, very quickly. Essential oils are again basically concentrated plant medicine. They're not perfumes. A little goes a very long way, and I cannot stress that enough. A little goes a very long way. Chemicals from essential oils can stimulate areas of your limbic system, which is part of your brain that plays a role in emotions, behaviors, and long-term memory. So it's basically when you get a smell that reminds you of the cafeteria of your elementary school when you're in your 50s, it'll take you right back. One smell can take you right back to that memory. Or you'll smell something and you will start behaving so different because your ex-boyfriend or your ex-girlfriend had that same perfume or cologne and it drives you crazy. And you will just get in the worst mood because you smelled it. So again, we all can relate to this and how aromatically things can play a very big role in how we act. Because our limbic system, it is um, a big important part of your brain. Again, like I said, because it plays a huge role in emotions. The limbic system is heavily involved in forming memories. It also plays a role in controlling several unconscious physiological functions, such as breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. Okay, so the limbic system not only deals with your memories, but it also does, it controls several unconscious physiological functions, such as breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. And that's why essential oils can also not affect just your emotions. They can help with breathing, they can help with heart rate, they can help with blood pressure, and they can just help with so many different things because it helps stimulate the limbic system. It helps support your body in doing what it was just beautifully created to do. So that's just in a nutshell what essential oils are. And I'm going to bring in, I'm going to be talking about just a handful of essential oils because, like I said, there are just so many essential oils, and you can get extremely overwhelmed if you go to youngliving.com or I send you the link to Young Living, and you just don't know what the heck to do or which oils. So that's where I come in. I actually help guide you and show you and do classes like this that you can say, oh, okay, I get it. This helps guide me in what I need this month, or the two or three oils that I need to mix up when I diffuse. Or, you know what, I don't have this oil. Oh, I can use this other oil because I don't have this one in stock, in my house or whatnot. So these are the ones that I'll be talking about. These are the ones that if you register for the class, you'll be able to select two of these to go ahead and get one sample sent to you. Um, and so these are the ones: tea tree, lemongrass, lavender, lemon, and eucalyptus. Those will be the oils that we will be going through. So let's start with tea tree. Tea tree is a powerhouse. Tea tree is the underestimated oil that not many people talk about anymore. Tea tree has a very strong smell. It's bitter, it's aromatic, again, strong smell, so it's aromatic. And it does have a very sweet smell. The temperature is cool. Um, some people don't like the smell because, again, it is very strong. Some people love the smell. If you do have cats in your home, you want to be very careful not to ever diffuse tea tree. It is toxic to cats because they don't have chemicals in their kidneys to metabolize this, and it can be harmful. So again, you can still use tea tree in your house. I use it all the time. I use it topically when needed, or I smell it right out of the bottle or whatever it's needed for. I don't diffuse it. I use it more again for topical reasons. But again, it's a cool in nature. So again, if we go back to the temperature, this one's cool. It's bitter, aromatic, and sweet. The functions, it clears foreign energies taken on from others or from the external world of energies. And that's happening by just watching the news and everything that's just going on nowadays. It's very easy to feel the weight of the world. So tea tree in particular is going to help these types of energies flow through. And it's going to help clear that up for you. It's going to drain dampness. So it's really good for like yeast and things like that. Or even when you're cleaning, it's good for damp areas. If you have fungus or mold, anything that's damp, whether in your body or within your home, it works really, really great for drying up of the dampness. And it's also good at draining pathological energies, and pathological meaning like we were talking about things that are not going great in your body, energies that are not good for you in your body, like yeast and things like that. And I don't know why yeast is the only one I'm thinking about because um, I can go into a female class and we can talk at length how tea tree is extremely beneficial for the female organs. But that's another class. It also tonifies and strengthens immunity. So definitely want to keep tea tree in your medicine cabinet of goodness. Lemongrass. I love lemongrass. I love, 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 love lemongrass. A lot of restaurants, Asian restaurants, I think, and or lots of different restaurants, different cultures of restaurants use lemongrass. It's delicious. Can use it in a hot tea. It's just so good. It's also good as a nail polish remover. It's good to take off stickiness and thickness on things. It's wonderful. It is a warm in temperature, and it is considered aromatic and sour. So when you go to your treatments, like we had on a few pages back, this is the aromatic and sour. It regulates energy. It removes pessimism, complaining, and excuses. It restores vision and clear thinking. I have used this a lot, especially when my daughters were younger. I diffused it all the time with different mixes, but this truly works. It's very inexpensive. Any of the citrus oils will be very inexpensive. And that's why I'm trying to keep this, to the more, for people that are just getting started, how they can really get an easy in and not get too overwhelmed. But some of the oils can be very pricey just because the way it's either distilled or the way mostly distilled and how they have to get the oil out of it. Like roses, you need a million roses just to get a drop of oil. And I'm exaggerating, you don't need a million roses, but you can go Google how many rose petals do you need to get a drop of oil? So of course those oils will be more expensive because material wise you need more and it takes more work. But lemongrass, easy peasy, easy to get, easy to distill. So it helps regulate energy, like I said. It helps restore vision and clear thinking. So you definitely want to have this if you need a lot of regulation of energy and pessimism, regulating pessimism, complaining, which I think is everyone. So grab your lemongrass, y'all. Lavender is my everyday, every day, every day. It's on my every monthly order. I have it there every single month. I have lavender, peppermint, and DJs, but lavender's there. We are a family of lavender lovers. It's cool in temperature, so it's going to bring down angry energy. It's going to bring it down. It's sweet. It's going to help collect, tonify it. It's going to strengthen it. That's why it's wonderful to have around. It's aromatic. It connects to your heart. That's why when you go to the spa and you're diffusing lavender, you just feel, whoa, you feel so good. You feel so relaxed because you're in your heart. It regulates give and take within a relationship. It encourages honesty with oneself. Lavender is also great on when you get burned physically and mentally and emotionally. It's wonderful. But I have been in the kitchen and my physical skin literally touches the fire, something that's really hot, and I'll go to lavender, and it's amazing what it does. And I'm not kidding. But again, this is about emotions. So if you want to cool down, if you want to just help gather, feel better, grab your lavender. I also put it every day on my hair. 'Cause it just helps, again, that's another class. But again, lavender, so important to have on your daily, smells delicious, great to mix with a bunch of different things. And it's just a beautiful scent. I love it. Lemon, another very inexpensive oil. It's wonderful. It's not as strong or as aromatic or as pungent as lemongrass, much softer, but it is bitter, much bitter, more bitter. It's also warm. So, if you want to bring up some energy, it is warm. It's centering. It's very centering and it supports focus. So you want to maybe diffuse it, smell it, if you want to have some focus and centering. It also gathers and collects your energy. It eliminates the excess and improves efficiency. So it detoxes you. It helps get the crap out, helps, again, if you have sticky, gross stuff from sticker residue on a piece of glass, you drop a drop of lemon on there, it's going to completely take it out. Same is if you drop lemon on a piece of plastic, it's going to eat the plastic up, because it wants to remove and break up what's not organic. And so again, it's wonderful to have it's just again a wonderful thing to have in your toolkit in your medicine cabinet. It does so many things. All of these oils, you can just put a drop in your hand, rub your hands together and smell them. Um, I will say that lemongrass, citrus oils are photosensitive. So if you go out into the sun, especially my Florida people, be careful. It will stain your skin. So you do want to be careful with your kids and just your skin in general when you're dealing with some of these oils. Oils, you can put it on a cotton drop, anywhere, or you can put it on your clothes. Um, but again, they're safe to put on your skin 1,000%. And you can that's the best way to use it to aromatically use these. Again, my two forms, aromatic and topical. I only use Young Living, only, um, because they are 100% essential oil and they do not use any byproducts, no alcohol. They don't use anything to cut the oil or to help distill the oil, steam, and all that good stuff. So again, when I talk about this topically, very important to use, do your research, use the essential oils that are okay to use topically, aromatically, and essential Young Living, you can also put a drop in your mouth as well and use, you can ingest them. Eucalyptus. Love, love, love eucalyptus. Everyone I feel loves eucalyptus. It is again that spa smelling deliciousness. It's neutral to cool in temperature. It is highly aromatic. So it's whenever you see aromatic, spicy or aromatic in our little chart earlier, you want to grab your eucalyptus. You can smell it out of the bottle, put it in your hands, put it on your feet. Um, it stimulates gratitude. That's why when you feel it, you just feel so uplifted. You just feel, wow, you feel so great, and lavender and eucalyptus are in the room. You just want to you love life. It also brings you into the present moment. There's a reason why spas use this smell. It's dispersing, it opens up, it unbinds energy, it invites in the new. So that's all very beautiful when you're having very down and out feelings, when you need to invite new things, when you're grieving or you're dealing with sadness, you want to invite in new things. You want something aromatic to just uplift your spirits. And you literally can feel this when you smell eucalyptus. If you guys, all my friends, especially my Cuban family and friends, Vicks Vapor Rub was just it. Vaporu. You would put it on your feet, you put it on your back, you put your socks on. It was everything. And the main ingredient's eucalyptus. I don't use Vicks anymore because it's highly toxic because of some of the chemicals. But again, that's another class. But a coconut oil and a drop of eucalyptus, you have your Vicks, and it's way more healthier. It's gonna really go in there and open up your airways and make you feel better and all that good stuff. So, eucalyptus is wonderful, definitely necessary to have, just in your in your kit. You're wonderful. Let me stop sharing here. Um, and it's getting a little darker, so I'm a little bit grainy. Um, and of course, my dog's in there. Ginger, Gin, come here, come here, come here. Ginger, come here. Um, Camera's going crazy. So, let me see what happened here. So then, oh, this video is not doing well. Ginger, that's enough. It's enough. It's enough. It's enough. Let me pause this for a minute. Okay, I think I fixed it. It's still really blurry. I think it's because the sun's going down. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Um, so I hope some of this information or all of this information helped you out. Um, and at least help you understand your energy a little more, kind of pinpoint where you are and how you're feeling and what you need to do or what you can do to help move through those emotions, move through those feelings. Again, I have two special needs, young adults, and we've had just all different types of emotions. And um, grabbing an oil or anything, it's not going to be the end all to anything. It's not the 100%. There's no clear fix to anything really. One magic pill, but it absolutely helps 1,000% and just feeling better, opening up your airways, or doing whatever it needs to do to help move that energy and that flow of that emotion. And I truly believe that this um, having this foundation of emotional energy, it's truly going to help you in a number of different ways. It's going to help you. It's going to help you help your family or anyone else in need that you see that's just stuck in a lot of emotion. And and again, I'll put links here. Not again, but I'll put links or send links to you with the different oils, how you can get them from Young Living. Again, that's who I'm going to recommend because it's the only ones that I trust over the 10-year span that I've been using them. Um, and we have had just phenomenal results. And I'll be using them for the next 10 years. I mean, my grandmother used them. She knew DJs by name. And so I'm just going to keep on talking about them and recommending to them to anyone I can. And so I will put and send links to all the oils directly to Young Living. So if you want to purchase that specific oil, or if you want to go ahead and grab them all, I believe these 5 oils are very handy to have and can truly, 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 truly help um, with your emotional regulation and your emotional flow. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. And and yeah, again, if you would like a copy of this presentation, I will gladly send it to you. Feel free to send this video to anyone you know that you think it would be helpful. Um, and send them my information if they need more information or if they want to ask me about anything that I've talked about in this little informational, even if it's about autism or anything else. I have no problem telling, and using my experiences because that's why I've gone through them. I have to share them, especially when we've had so many good results from many of the different things we've used, especially essential oils. So, again, thank you for joining me today. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And thank you again for joining me.